Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Markets on Monday, the 4th of March. Today, we'll look to the week ahead and some of the key events that we'll be discussing. And probably in contrast to most recent weeks, we'll not be starting in the US. So looking to the week ahead, let's start off in Europe. We have over recent weeks been starting in the US, but certainly Europe deserves mention this week with the ECB meeting, so the European Central Bank meeting on Thursday. Whilst no change in interest rate policy is expected, the market will be looking out for signs of tentative change in how the communication surrounds expectations of interest rate changes. And I say that because we'll get a revised set of economic projections accompanying the meeting, focusing on growth, but also crucial to any interest rate decision will be the interaction with inflation. Recent commentary from central bankers in Europe has certainly been much more focused on the optimistic side of where inflation trajectory is in both the short and the medium term. I think the real key focus is much like the US, getting confidence that inflation is on that sustainable path towards target and will remain at target into the future as well. So that's on Thursday. Looking to China then, we discussed China on Friday in our weekly wrap and just some of the economic data points there, the PMI, both on the manufacturing side of things, which showed an economy really not growing but not in contraction either, so just middling along. We have the National People's Congress this week, and certainly the market will be focusing in there on any suggestion in terms of economic or social policy that can be enacted to give a bit of a boost to the Chinese economy. And that's important. From a global growth perspective, we've talked about the resilience of the US. We really need to see China start to come in and support that global growth picture as well. Other things at the end of the week, we will have the usual US employment data, and that will certainly be in focus. If we cast our minds back a couple of weeks ago, we had a very strong reading for January with 353,000 jobs created, positive revisions to the November and the December data, and that really did spark and bring into focus the resilience of the US economy, but also reduced interest rate reduction expectations as we look through this year. We also have Chair Powell from the Federal Reserve speaking at his semi-annual testimony to Congress, and again that will be focused on really for any subtle changes in communication around the policy direction, the restrictive nature of policy, or a need to move to more of a neutral stance. So we'll report on that as the week progresses. And then just finally, closer to home here in the UK, the focus will certainly be on the budget on Wednesday. Over the weekend, the press very much focused in on some of the commentary around taxation changes, but also highlighting the challenges that the Chancellor faces with that difficult fiscal backdrop, limited room in terms of the interest rate burden, but also just that 18 billion of fiscal headroom for some changes to come through. Please also join the True Potential team on Wednesday for some live commentary on the reaction to the budget. That's at 2 o'clock on the YouTube channel. I'll leave it there for today, but please do join us as we go through the week.